So business ownership can really complicate divorce because there's a line of demarcation. When a person gets married, they become part of what's called a community. And unless there's a prenuptial agreement that rules out the possibility of that community being applicable in the divorce, then typically the business gains value over time if it continues past the date of marriage, but the community has an interest, even if it's only in one person's name. That can really be a complicating factor in divorce. People who own businesses in Arizona may have to go through something called a business valuation. That is where an expert, someone who is an expert at valuing businesses and producing reports around the valuation of a business, can come in, look at your business. They do a full search through of everything about your business and do what's called a business valuation. Those are business valuation experts. We have several that we work with, and they are vital because the findings and the numbers that they offer to both sides can really mean the difference. There was one case for an attorney where his business was, his goodwill, actually, his own name was worth, according to his almost former spouse, 3 times as much as what he believed it was worth with his own expert. So that can really be vital to determining the value of your business. The protection of business assets through having what's called a prenuptial agreement can be absolutely night and day. When I walk into a situation where there is a prenuptial agreement, even if there's going to be some dispute around some term of it, I know that at least we now have a basis and a foundation for that prenuptial agreement to be taken into consideration with the entire business valuation. And so the business valuation will typically not yield much for the spouse who is not the owner of the business. If both spouses are the owners, the prenuptial agreement will typically tell me what portion each owner will take. So the allocation of the debt of a business in a divorce, it can be very complicated because businesses may take on debt in order to avoid paying taxes or in order to shield the business, which benefits the community. And so when we deal with business debt in a divorce, we have to look at what was the purpose of the debt. We have to go through every little line item. I'm a business owner, so I know what business owners will do. I know the forms to look for, and we go through those forms and we try to find out what was the purpose of the debt. What asset did the debt yield, right? What did that debt do for the business? Did the debt create some more value for the business? Did it increase the value of the business? These are all things that have to be assessed in looking at how to divide a business in a divorce in Arizona. If you are dealing with a business valuation in Arizona and you're wondering how to divide your assets and debts through your business in Arizona, call us today.